Hi, my name is Matthew Ward, alias the mighty Raveward, and I've been a volunteer for Sunny G since 2013. I think it's been absolutely immense. I think the biggest thing is really tackling a lot of social exclusion that I was dealing with in my own area, where even now there's really still nothing going on. Coming to Govan has been a huge endeavour, and through social exclusion you really appreciate more of what the grassroots community aspects actually mean. One of the biggest highlights in terms of personal memories would be at the 13th Note back in, I think it was at 2016, that Stig G had launched his Glassberg project. And the idea was that we had producers in Germany creating beats for Scottish rappers to rap over, and vice versa with German rappers over Glaswegian beats. Just absolutely incredible. And it was our earliest collaboration with Radio Z over in Nuremberg, so it was a huge deal. There was so many great humble people that I met from Germany who came over, and just some amazing cross-culture multiculturalism that we saw within the event. But also my own track, Yes, a Dancer, getting played for the first time. That was quite an interesting endeavour, where I was in college and decided that I was going to make this EDM track but with a native feel to it, because we were doing this with Scottish hip hop. Well, why not do this with EDM? Bear in mind, this was at the time where I was fully lapping up the commercial scene before I started focusing on what I'm doing now. So these are just some personal experiences that I always reflect on. I mean, your voice is one of the most crucial things that matters to the community, because there's always the question of, well, what can you contribute? And it's so open-ended, it sounds so cliched, but really the sky is the limit as to how you can contribute. You may have a particular genre-based slot on the radio that no one's ever heard before or no one would think to look at. I knew it myself when I was doing the Raveward, when I was trying to use this as a backlash against the commercial overreach that had happened on all commercial radio stations that had sold themselves to this all request, hits-based muck, basically. So I wanted to try and just do something that was really turning the tide against that, but still find an even ground over time. And certainly when I first started, that was almost impossible. You either went commercial or you went underground. Not just for radio shows. You could have a crucial skill in admin. You could be somebody involved in marketing or fundraising. Anybody at all. We need you guys. We need you, our viewer. We want to break that stigma and what Govan has been notoriously shamed for by even media outlets. We want to break that stigma and make Govan a true, proud community. You can be a part of that. We can be a part of that, because together we are Sunny G. From starting out when I was working with Graham Leggett, I mean, he was the first guy that had me on air full time. We just transformed each other's lives, man. And when his tragic passing came to pass, unfortunately, I mean, it left such a gaping hole in our hearts, a gaping hole in Sunny G. There was so much to Graham that, I mean, if you've never somehow been living under a rock and you've only just discovered Sunny G and you never heard any of Graham's shows, they are on Mixcloud. You can have a listen to Graham. Some of the shows are just incredible. And the banter between us, it was always a good laugh. Always a good laugh. We always transformed each other's life. I have to also acknowledge the fantastic Brian McQuaid. Now, we've recently just published his audiobook of A History of Govan podcast. We've done it finally in audio, beautifully narrated by our good friend Louis Rive of the station. Even although I was hearing Louis' voice, I felt like I was hearing it from Brian. And also Donna Boyd as well, someone who's really been breaking the stigma towards what addiction is. I mean, Donna's just massive ambassador all round. I can't help but not give her an applause. We've got to give her some applause. Come on, she's just such a crucial asset to the community and just a true ambassador. She's launched Freed Up. She's had non-alcoholic events. Everything's just going from strength to strength, and we just keep it up, Donna. I mean, I could just go on. So I think I should just wrap this up and just say, look, guys, get involved in the People's Station.